The Machinist is one of those films that is so compelling from start to finish, and there's always this sense of impending doom. You know that something's going to go wrong for somebody, and I have to say I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. The film was released in 2004, directed by Brett Anderson, written by Scott Kosar, and stars, of course, Christian Bale. Now, we know that Bale's body physically went through a lot for this. He lost a lot of weight for this, and he looks not great. He looks like a person who hasn't slept in a year, which is the character he is playing. And, this is coming from somebody who used to look like that. It's absolutely awful. But the fact that he's playing a character who hasn't slept for a year works really well. And to be honest, I don't know how he lost the weight. I don't know if it was done relatively sensibly, but if he did it in any way that wasn't sensibly, then this is the ultimate method acting, because he would have been doubting his own sanity at this point, because it messes with the mind. And that's basically what the film is about. He hasn't slept in a year, he begins to doubt his own sanity, and it's about his mental demise and things around him and what's real and what's not real, and is he losing his mind, or is there something more sinister there? And I'm really surprised. I know I can't just keep talking about Christian Bale as Trevor Reznik in this role, but part of me is really disturbed that the studio let him take it this far, because he is in a very dangerous situation, and if any other person did that and didn't have the excuse of being an actor, they would have been sectioned. And I'm being deadly serious as somebody who's been through this. So it kind of really irritates me, actually. But if this was his natural physique, I'm sure there are many actors who have this kind of physique naturally because they just can't put on weight, and that's through no fault of their own. But let's say that's the case here. His performance is incredible. He is exactly somebody who is doubting his sanity and losing his mind. The narrative itself, the structure of the narrative as you go from A to B to C, isn't that exciting, but what happens in each scene is. So if you're looking for a juicy narrative that's got a start, middle and end, you're not going to get that very much. Not that it doesn't conclude well or progress well, but it's not the juiciest narrative ever. But the character, his mind, that is something that I thoroughly enjoyed watching, and it's painful, it's difficult, it's hard to watch, but for all of the right reasons. It is quite a masterpiece of a film, and, I do think Christian Bale, I don't believe in method acting, I'll be perfectly honest with you, because I think that's not acting, that's just living. But nevertheless, his performance is incredible, however he got there, however dangerously it was, and how many risks he took, and how selfish it is, really. There was no guarantee he was going to survive to the end of this film, let's be perfectly honest, but he did a fantastic job nevertheless. The film is powerful, it's incredible, it's eye-opening and terrifying as well. If you've ever had trouble sleeping, I've had trouble sleeping, but obviously not to this extent. But if you do have insomnia, or you just have difficulty sleeping in any way, this feels like this could become a reality. It's powerful, it's effective, it's definitely worth watching. It's difficult to watch, but I'd say give it a go. Absolutely give The Machinist a go.